Hello guys, Crispy here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, we're going to be testing the new GeForce RTX 4070 Ti, which was supposed to be called the 4080, but we actually changed their minds on that, thankfully. Moving on, the 4070 Ti that I have here is the Palit Gamerock Midnight Kaleidoscope version of the card. That's a mouthful. And in my opinion, it looks absolutely beautiful with all of that RGB lighting, and trust me, the video doesn't do it justice. When I saw this in person, I was just like, wow. In the box, you get the infamous 12-pin to double 8-pin power connector, an RGB cable that allows you to sync the lights with your motherboard without the need of any software, a little stand so the GPU doesn't sag, and finally, the graphics card itself, which even without the lighting turned on, it looks really good. It also has a dual BIOS switch, and I used it in OC mode, or performance mode. I guess that's what the P stands for, right? And to be honest, even with the OC mode, I couldn't really hear the card. And it ran quite cool at the same time. We'll see that in this review as well. Now, the 4070 Ti is based on the Ada Lovelace architecture, just like the other 40 series GPUs. It has 7680 CUDA cores, 12 gigabytes of GDDR6X memory, running on a 192-bit memory bus. It consumes up to 285 watts, although, like the other 40 series that I tested in the channel, it's not really reaching those levels of power consumption, which is nice. And it supports all of that DLSS 3 technology as well as the AV1 encoder. So it's quite nice for streaming and recording your gameplay and stuff like that. Now, here's where things go south a little bit. It starts at $799 US. That's quite a steep price for a 70 Ti SKU card, you know? The 3070 Ti was $200 MSRP cheaper than this one, and the sad thing is, it's probably gonna be more expensive than that anyways. Finally, Nvidia aimed this GPU at 1440p high refresh rate gaming, but since it's quite close in performance to a 3090 Ti, I think it also does really well at 4K. So in today's video, I will actually test it at 1440p, and tomorrow I will have another 4070 Ti review at 4K with another model of the card, which is installed right there actually. That's enough intro, let's play some games on it, shall we? For the first game, we got the beautiful Red Dead Redemption 2 at 1440p using the maximum settings. I manually set everything to the maximum aside from the water physics, which are just set to high there. And yeah, this is super intensive usually, but the 4070 Ti manages 90-ish frames per second. It's looking absolutely freaking gorgeous. This is one of the most beautiful games out there, guys, and it is so buttery smooth right now. Also, hello Roach, how's it going, buddy? Looking beautiful here on ultra settings for sure. And should we get ourselves into a little bit of a fight here? I usually don't, but you know, we got the FPS for it, so let's try to do this. Oh boy. I like how they instantly stop shooting each other. Oh, actually no, this one was still shooting at them. But sometimes they just focus their attention in myself to kill me for some reason. I guess Arthur is the ultimate beast here in Red Dead Redemption 2, right? Okay, I guess we cleaned everything up. We gotta move to Saint Denis before it's nighttime. Wow, look at those god rays, by the way. Oh my goodness, this game on max setting is absolutely gorgeous, and if you have a 1440p monitor, man, the 4070 Ti does an awesome job here, for sure. Oh, there's another Roach. It's Roach's friend. Oh, two of them, actually. Very beautiful. Also, I just wanted to take a look here at the FPS in a forest area with a ton of vegetation, as that's where it's gonna drop the most. That and near the water because of the water physics, but it's not a problem here. It doesn't really move by too much. Super smooth experience. It's a beautiful day right here in Saint Denis. Unfortunately, Bob is not here, guys, so we cannot kill that bastard. He might be hiding somewhere, though, so we're gonna find him. We're gonna take a look at the entire city and find Bob, of course. And also, I didn't mention this yet, but those temperatures are insane. It doesn't even reach 60 degrees Celsius. Like, what? I guess that's about it for Red Dead Redemption 2. You don't even need to use DLSS with a card like this. Native 1440p is gonna run and look absolutely insane. Next up, we got Call of Duty Warzone 2. It's looking pretty good, actually. We're using the 1440p resolution with the extreme settings preset, and I made a couple of changes here. I turned this off as well as the depth of field. Now, we're gonna drop here in Zarqwa Hydroelectric. I think that's the name of this area right here, because it's one of the most intensive areas in the entire map. The most intensive thing that you can do in this game is actually splash yourself in water, basically. And that's exactly what we're about to do. Let's do this. Let's see how much it will drop, and lower 100s, basically. Yeah, it slightly drops from 100 frames per second when you are chafurdando in the water. That's a Portuguese word, by the way. It's like in the water, yes. And in other parts of the map, especially like city areas or desert areas, you're gonna see way higher FPS than these, all right? So the fact that the minimum frames per second are like 100 and the averages around this area are 125 at the moment, is actually really good, okay? It's a buttery smooth experience right here. The frame time graph is not perfect, but I can't really feel those frame time spikes there. Those are just micro stutters that happen here in Warzone 2. There's a guy right there. Oh boy, we need to be careful here. This is the third time that I'm testing this because I'm always dying in the middle of the benchmark. Wait a second. Maybe the guy heard this? Okay, okay. Oh, he has the good shields already. Okay, all right. We got him. We got him. It's all good. It's all good. As you can see around here, it's hitting like 150 frames per second because we're not taking a look at water anymore. And now we're gonna end it over there in a little bit of a forest area with vegetation, which is usually pretty intensive as well. As you can see, yeah, 130s, 120s, 110s, actually. It's dropping quite a bit here as well. Not as much as in the water, but yeah, it can drop quite a bit. But you also have Nvidia DLSS. I will set that to quality here because we're at 1440p, 69 sharpness, of course. And in my opinion, it is actually looking a bit sharper than native resolution. Native res has that weird, soft look in this game. And some people might actually prefer DLSS on quality in this one. And as you can see right now, even in forest areas with vegetation, it gets 160s. That's a huge jump in performance. Holy crap. So if you have a 165 Hz or 144 Hz monitor, that's 1440p, you can definitely run it here with the 4070 Ti. Absolutely fine. It's going to be a buttery smooth experience, even on extreme settings. And if you want to pair this with like a 240 Hz 1440p monitor, you can still play on low settings. I will have a separate video for that, by the way, testing more settings and more resolutions as well. Oh, there's a guy right there. All right, there we go. We got another kill there. Oh, there he is. No, two of them. Okay, now we're screwed. Oh my goodness, this is looking absolutely gorgeous. So next up is Cyberpunk 2077 at 1440p quality DLSS and the Ray Tracing Ultra preset without any motion blur. Over here, crowd density set to high. And guys, this is extremely good performance. We're not even Get out! We're not even utilizing frame generation because, well, they haven't really updated the game with frame generation yet. Goodbye, Bob. Okay, let's kill this bastard. Okay, there we go. I think now he might be dead. I don't know. Let's drive around this roundabout for a little bit. Also, GPU utilization is fluctuating a little bit, but the 5800 X3D is not the bottleneck here. Okay, yeah, Bob is dead, so that's great. But as I was saying, frame generation is really impressive in this game, but it's been like 2 or 3 months since I tested the 4090 with frame generation, and they still haven't introduced FG to the public or the retail version of the game. I got access to the press release version of the game, which has frame generation, and that's very impressive. But what we're running right here is the retail version because they haven't introduced FG yet. If you are interested in FG though, I will just update the game now to the press release version, but that's not out yet, okay? This is it now, 1440p using the highest settings, quality DLSS with frame generation, and boy, oh boy, I can't wait for this update to be live for everybody because you get 100 plus FPS, almost like 110 plus FPS all of the time. Goodbye, Bobby! Christ, okay, there we go. That was beautiful. All right, thank you for the help, buddy. He's helping killing Bob. Look at that, beautiful. But yeah, this is way smoother of an experience. The input lag is still all right. It's the same input lag as like getting 60 FPS. And in a single player title, it is absolutely fantastic, the implementation of frame generation, you know. Maybe it might be a little bit softer, but without seeing things side by side, I just can't really see it, honestly. And it does make a difference in high refresh rate panels. So you're gonna have a much more enjoyable experience whenever Cyberpunk developer CD Projekt Red decide to implement this. Now it's Battlefield 2042 at 1440p using the ultra settings with high terrain quality because if I set it to ultra, the game just crashes for me. Come on. Oh, that was so close, dude. Oh, man. Okay. So as you can see by those averages, where you go? Okay. Damn it. Oh, oh. Okay. I got him. Everything is all right. This is a high refresh rate experience, even without the use of DLSS. This is a really intensive title, by the way. Oh, this map is also pretty nice because it has a ton of vegetation. I really like it to benchmark the cards in. And it's beautiful, obviously. It's very, very gorgeous. Let's continue going around. Oh, YouTube compression is probably gonna wreck everything, though, now that I think of it. But yeah, it looks really gorgeous in here, guys. Very, very smooth. And I haven't seen a single stutter yet, which is very impressive as well. Come on. Oh, jeez, no! Now, this game also supports some DLSS, so let's try it out on quality. Damn, look at that, guys. 169 FPS on average. That is absolutely perfect, obviously. That's what you want, a 69 in the FPS counter. Oh, boy, wait. Okay, got him both. Good job. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm more impressed about the performance of this GPU here or the CPU itself, because this is also a really CPU intensive game, and the 5800X 3D, guys, is doing an awesome job at maxing out that 4070 Ti. Actually, I would argue that it looks a little bit better with DLSS because without it, we got the forced TAA in this one, and it looks a little bit over-sharpened as well. This is the super well-optimized Forza Horizon 5 at 1440p using TAA. That's the best anti-aliasing setting in this game, weirdly. Extreme settings preset. I didn't touch the preset, alright. And look at that. It is insane, actually. Now, I've seen a lot of people with like 3070s, 3070 Ti's as well, and 3060 Ti's, 8GB GPUs basically, complaining that this game uses more than 8 gigs at 1440p extreme settings, and they actually need to lower it down to ultra or even high in some cases. That's crazy, you know? And by that VRAM utilization, you can clearly see that it is utilizing more than 8 gigs here at 1440p. So it's awesome that they actually put 12 gigabytes on the 70 Ti tier GPU, although this was supposed to be a 4080 previously. But yeah, no complaints about the VRAM size in this one. It's more than enough, especially for 1440p gaming. Oh yeah, and I haven't mentioned that power usage yet. It's a 285 watt GPU, yes, but it never ever reaches 285 watts of power usage during gaming. That's total board power, basically. Oh my gosh. And the same goes for the 4080, 4090. Those GPUs don't consume anywhere near as much as their TDP suggest. Anyways, we are in the most intensive area right now, getting 120s, but the thing is, we are CPU bound over here. You can see the GPU utilization is going down by a little bit, so the 5800X3D is actually the bottleneck in city areas. 100 FPS minimum there, basically. But yeah, once again, this is a truly amazing experience. Now, it's probably the most intensive title out of the list. It's Fortnite. We're playing at 1440p DirectX 12 Epic Settings preset and TAA anti-aliasing, or temporal anti-aliasing actually. And as you can see, oh my god, it's more intensive than what I was expecting. That is crazy. Now, it's this intensive because we are running native 1440p, and on top of that, there is ray tracing as well. So it's just... Fortnite doesn't run well these days, okay? They still haven't introduced DLSS either, and that's a big shame because with DLSS, this would have been possibly sort of a high refresh rate experience, maybe like 100 FPS on average or so. It's still playable like this though, don't get me wrong. You can still enjoy the game with the epic settings at 1440p resolution, but it does drop from 60 FPS from time to time, as you can see. So you might as well play on like high settings or use the TSR, which is the built-in upscaler of this game, and it doesn't really look very good, honestly, compared to like DLSS and FSR. Oh, there we go. Okay, we got one actually. Oh, we're playing duos. That's right. Totally forgot about that. Just get rid of this one. Look at that lighting, guys. It just looks absolutely gorgeous with the Unreal Engine 5.1 with ray tracing at the same time. Now let's try it out with TSR on Epic and quality over here. So that's the built-in upscaler, as I told you, and things look way more pixelated, especially on moving things, like, for example, my backpack over there. I mean, I think I would actually choose to play like this just because it's 60 plus now. It's way smoother at 90 FPS than it was at 60 to 70 FPS. So, yeah, enable TSR, wait for DLSS to be implemented in this game. DLSS in previous seasons looked so good in this one, guys. It works really well with Fortnite's art style, and it basically looked like native resolution. This is Overwatch 2 at 1440p using the epic settings preset. 240 Hz experience, my friends. For those of you rocking 240 Hz monitors, obviously, it's gonna be great in Overwatch. It's the perfect game for a monitor like that. Oh, there we go. That was good. No, 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 no. Let's get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing in Overwatch. Okay, guys, so excuse my noobness. Oh, we actually got another one there. Not bad. Oh, what the heck just happened? What is that? What is that? So buttery smooth, by the way. Overwatch 2. These epic settings. You can even get like 600 FPS probably if you run at like low settings in 1440p. And that's the game cap, because it would probably go over it. Let's go. I am so impressed that I haven't died yet. Like, this is not the norm. What is happening? Now, there is a huge problem right now. I just got Bob. That's him. That's the worst person ever in video game history. That's Bob right there, friends. Go to hell, Bob. Now it's Assassin's Creed Valhalla at 1440p using the ultra-high settings. Here we go. I'm actually running the built-in benchmark of this game because it's pretty accurate and it gets a high refresh rate experience on ultra-high settings. Like, the game looks completely gorgeous like this. It's basically maxed out aside from the motion blur, of course. And we're not using any upscaling on top of it, and it's native 1440, and it's getting 130 frames per second. You know what I'm noticing as well? This is very close to what the 4090 can do at 4K, but of course this at 1440p. So that's very interesting as well. I think the 4090 got like, what, 125 FPS on average at the end of this, at 4K again, and this got 132. We're now playing Apex Legends at 1440p using the maximum settings, aside for this one, which, if you set it to insane, it actually says that 12 gigs is not enough. All right, no, we're not gonna go there, people. We're gonna go to the waterfall area because that's the most intensive one in this game. Also, the fact that we're getting near 200 FPS looking at the entire map at 1440p, almost max settings, is pretty damn good. It's a really nice start here in Apex. Oh boy, a ton of people are dropping here. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Oh boy. Alright, this one has a weapon. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay, one down, one down. Starting off pretty well, okay? Not bad. As you can see, it gets really high FPS. It's great for, yet again, that 240 Hz 1440p experience here in Apex Legends, even on the highest settings. Almost. Oh boy, oh boy, oh, what the hell is that? Okay, okay, all right, yeah, we're all good, we're all good. Oh yeah, I got my ultimate ready over here. Let's just throw it out, yes. Come on, come on, come on. What to do now? Let's throw this out so we are protected by our ultimate, yes. And now we can see a ton of explosions around us, and it's dropping into the same values as the waterfall previously, basically. So it still maintains a high refresh rate experience even under worst case scenarios. That's really good, guys. All right, there we go. Okay, one is down. Oh, what the hell just... I don't know what things do in this game, guys. Let's go. Let's wreck these bastards. Nice. Good job, people. Let's go. We got this. We got this. No, we don't. No, we don't. Oh, I should have healed myself. Ah, damn it. Now it's God of War, and this game is actually consuming a bit more power than the previous ones at like 270 watts. Still no 285. Let's go for the settings. We're playing at 1440p. As usual, using the ultra settings preset. And oh, what am I doing? Let's start counting the frames here. It seems like it's gonna be sort of a high refresh rate experience. Like for a 120 hertz monitor, it's gonna be really, really good. Or even like a 144 hertz monitor. Since it's a single player title, you don't really need like 144 plus all of the time, right? There's gonna be a really intensive cutscene in just a little bit. That's where the FPS are gonna drop the most, and then we're gonna get into a little bit of a fight as well to see some more effects and stuff like that. This is the cutscene right now. Usually the GPUs struggle a lot in here, but I've seen that the newer 40 series don't really drop FPS by too much with all of these depth of field effects and stuff like that. And that is the case with the 4070 Ti as well. It's not even dropping, you know, it's above average FPS at the moment. I'm very impressed about this. All right, now we got the little fight that I was telling you about with more effects and stuff, but it is not intensive, guys. It's actually getting more FPS than previously. Sometimes it drops into the lower 100s, but it is buttery smooth, you know, and if you need more FPS, which I really don't think you do, because it's a single-player title again, you always got DLSS, and you can actually play at lower settings as well. But yeah, just enjoy the ultra settings visuals in this one, okay? It's gorgeous. Next up is Valorant. Super easy to run, but a lot of people like to see it. 1440p resolution using the highest settings in the game with 4 times MSAA. And even with these settings, we are CPU bound here with the 5800X3D, guys. It's only good for around 600 frames per second, so what a shame, isn't it? Alright, another headshot right there. Oh, also the fact that I'm using 60 hertz here doesn't really help it. You know, I wish I could use a high refresh rate right now, but since I am recording at 4K, so everything's a little bit crispier and with higher bit rate, I can't really utilize 144 hertz on the capture card, guys.
Enemy removed. Good attempt.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's so good, it's so good. Goodbye, goodbye, there we go. 4 kills in a row. One more for the ace or pentakill. Come on. Nice, we got it, pentakill. Very good. And can we get another one? Oh yes, we can. Oh, not from behind. Hello there, second place guy. I just won this. Now we got Spider-Bug, Miles Morales. I mean Spider-Man. This doesn't have a lot of bugs. 1440p resolution, TAA anti-aliasing. I'm not using DLSS at the moment, but we're gonna test it out with frame generation later. And the maximum settings aside from the object range under the ray tracing settings. Near 100 frames per second. That's actually pretty impressive, guys. Okay, it's with ray tracing and everything turned on and no DLSS. And the 4070 Ti is... I mean, this is insane. It's still getting bottlenecked by the 5800X3D a little bit in this game. Wow, how crazy is that? Now, obviously, this is another single-player title that doesn't require super fast reactions or anything, so you do not need a very high refresh rate experience. And if you just want to max out the game and get the best visual fidelity out of it, the 4070 Ti is actually what you need at 1440p resolution, if you want to keep the native resolution at the same time, of course, because this is not dropping from 60 FPS yes, even around here, around the city area, things get even more CPU bound. So we're actually seeing what the 5800X 3D can do at the moment and not really the 4070 Ti, guys. Now let's enable DLSS with frame generation here. I'm really curious to see that FPS jump. And another good thing about frame generation is that it actually removes CPU bottlenecks because it inserts an AI generation frame in between of traditionally rendered FPS, frames, not FPS. And it basically almost doubles your FPS. As you can see, we're getting 100 plus right now. GPU usage is a little bit higher than it was before, and it's still with ray tracing and all the bells and whistles enabled, so it still looks gorgeous, guys. And honestly, even at 1440p, I'm not seeing much artifacting, if at all, you know? It still looks really good. I'm not seeing that halo effect that you sometimes see with, for example, FSR around Spider-Man. Maybe it's there, but it's very minimized. And I'm using a 42-inch monitor to see these imperfections. Input lag-wise, it's pretty much the same as it was before. I don't have any complaints about it. It just feels smoother and as responsive as native resolution. So it's a win in my book. I think frame generation is really nice technology. We're playing Dying Light 2 at 1440p, quality DLSS, 69% sharpness. I actually feel like DLSS in this game looks better than native res because native is a little bit too soft. We're also using the high quality ray tracing preset. Let's go. Oh my god, that's a ton of FPS for 1440p using ray tracing. What? I was expecting way lower once again. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm playing games at 4K these days and I just expect lower FPS. This is really good for a 4070 Ti, which was supposed to be a 48. But oh boy, a little bit of a stutter right there. What the heck are the zombies elves now? I don't get it. The zombies. I'm sorry, I called them zombies for the first time ever. You know, these are zombies, guys, in this game. Now, the 69% sharpness is a good balance between softness and sharpening, but I actually prefer it at 100%, not gonna lie. I just set it to 69 because, well, that's the best number ever, right? But anyways, it performs the same regardless of the sharpening level that you use, and it is around 100 FPS on average. Actually 112 right now. Oh my gosh. Ton of zombies right here. Why are you not attacking the other guy? Okay, now they are. There we go. But they were just chilling together, right? Maybe I disrupted everything, and now the guy will die because of me. No more stutter, by the way. Seems like that first stutter was just things loading, I guess. So yeah, pretty dang smooth experience with ray tracing. So if you guys want that RT experience here at 1440p, this is all you need. You don't need a 4090 or a 4080. Now, the 40 series are the best GPUs to play Microsoft Flight Simulator with because they have the frame generation technology. We're playing at 1440p quality DLSS. FG is on. I really recommend it to be enabled in this one. And the Ultra settings preset. And as you can see, this is just an amazing experience, guys. Very smooth, way smoother than without frame generation in this game. We also minimize the CPU bottlenecks, which is a very big issue in this game. You know, you gotta render the entire world basically, so it's very CPU intensive, and without the frame generation we'd actually drop from 60 FPS because of a CPU bottleneck. And that's the same for like the 13th gen Intel CPUs and everything. Like, there is no CPU that can play this game maxed out at above 60 FPS all of the time. But with the help of frame generation, it is possible, and well above 60. In fact, as you can see, we're getting above 100 frames per second, even inside of the city. Also, yes, the buildings look kind of terrible. That's how it is, basically. You're not really supposed to get so close to them, I guess. Now, where you're gonna see the most weirdness with frame generation enabled is on those, like, little icons right there, and the HUD on the screen as well. But I mean, I can't really see much of a problem here, honestly. I mean, maybe there is a little bit more shimmery of a look to the plane whenever it's moving, you know, like this. But it's super minor. I think on a 27-inch 1440p monitor, it will look pretty good. Also, oh boy, wait a second. I think this was the building where we saw the weirdness with the 4090. And I'm trying to replicate it a little bit. Yeah, you can see some weirdness sometimes around the plane with those windows, but you really gotta look for it now. F122 is next at 1440p using TAA, no DLSS, this is native resolution, and the ultra high settings, which means that ray tracing is also enabled. And I'm just gonna run the benchmark run once again because I just can't play this game, okay? I'm terrible at car games. But it's getting around 100 frames per second, which is quite nice, super playable for a game like this, and this is native resolution. It also has DLSS support as well as frame generation support, but in this game, frame generation actually makes a little bit of a difference because the name tags actually become pretty artifacty at times, honestly. And you can see a little bit more weirdness around the picture. Well, I would actually choose to play like this. Even with ray tracing enabled, it is still a buttery smooth experience. No stutters to speak of, 1% lows are well under control, and I mean, it's just a smooth experience, as you would expect for a GPU this powerful, right? And finally, the last game is an old one, but still very popular. GTA 5, 1440p, 4x MSAA resolution, anti-aliasing, and the highest settings over here, aside from motion blur and depth of field. Over on the advanced settings, these are enabled, but these ones are turned off or down to the minimum because they are more CPU-bound settings. Now, this is an old DirectX 11 title, and even though the GPU usage is at 99%, you can see that power utilization, because it's not really utilizing the whole GPU efficiently, you know, it's an old game, not optimized for these newer architectures. Yeah, it's pretty low, the power usage, compared to other games that we tested here today. Still, I'm very happy to see that the FPS are not outrageously high, because whenever that happens, you actually get stuttering issues in this game. So it's good that it's around like 150 frames. It's very interesting that with today's super fast GPUs, you can actually have a terrible GTA 5 experience. It is too good for GTA 5 sometimes, especially if you don't use anti-aliasing. Anyways, in Jack's Hill, it actually drops into the 80s and even 70s from the 1% lows. So it can drop a lot near grass. Basically, grass is super intensive in this game. Hello, Jack. How's it going, buddy? This is the reason why we still play GTA 5, right, guys? Inside of these bushes, things drop into the lower 80s and higher 70s. Oh, I don't want to hit Rex right there. Go away, Rex. I will deal with Bob. This is the other reason why we play GTA 5. And my friends, we have arrived at yet another conclusion time. So the 4070 Ti. First of all, this Palit version is top-notch, guys. The temperatures were amazing. It looks amazing at the same time. It even has a little stand, so really nice job, Palit. And second, the graphics card itself is a beast at 1440p gaming, at least. I really enjoyed playing every single game that we tested here today at this resolution, so it's great to see this kind of performance in the 70 Ti tier. But, well, it costs the same as like an 80 tier, so at least it's way more affordable than everything else from the 40 series. And if you want a really capable graphics card, this doesn't disappoint. I mean, again, it is pretty close in performance to a 3090 Ti, which a few months ago retailed for like $1,500 or like $2,000. It's just, it should cost less, like everything else that has come out this year, and last year, actually. Anyways, that's been it, my friends. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Leave a comment down below telling me what you think of the performance of the 4070 Ti, and will you buy one? And I will catch you tomorrow with the 4K gaming review of this card. See you soon. Love you all. Bye-bye.